What's going on, everybody? Welcome in Sunday, week one, NFL game day live stream from Fantasy Alarm. I'm your host, Howard Bender. With me here, of course, Jen Piacenti. And well,
Right.
Jen, listen, we got everything started up on Thursday night. We've been doing some streams before that, but this is it. This is game day. This is week one. You got
Sure.
all your lineup set?
I do. I do. But I always leave that I could make a last minute change. You never know.
Which is exactly why we cut this thing off at noon Eastern, so that we can go back and we can end up making our changes and doing our lineups and fixing all that sort of stuff like
That's
that and
right.
get you those example lineups for you DFS players. Well, before we get to your questions, guys, we're broadcasting live Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. You can check us all out there. If we don't get to your questions here, don't be afraid to head over to fantasyalarm.com. There's the live chat right there in the front. I know John and Pemba, James Babyface Grande, Steve Pimental. I believe Matt Sells also hanging out over there. Dan Malin as well, doing all sorts of
Oh.
work. Sean Mitchell. We took the entire crew and we were like, listen, week one, start sit questions. They're coming in. You're gonna do them. So we're feeling pretty confident about everything. I think
Yep.
everybody's feeling a little confident now who own Antonio Brown. Can we get through this nonsense here first? I got to ask you before I spout
Yeah.
off on how nauseated I am by the entire thing in the NFL, but please, Jen, your thoughts here. Antonio Brown leaving the Raiders, going to the Patriots now. Where do you like him?
I like him even better. I mean, he's going to be working with Tom Brady. He's going to be getting deep passes. I think that Tom Brady's probably excited to work with one of the best receivers in the game. Belichick is probably salivating. He's got this, trio of receivers that's just ridiculous. And yeah, he's going to be good now. Obviously, he's not playing this week. So you're going to have one less week of production, but this can only be good for Antonio Brown owners.
It can only be good for Antonio Brown owners, but what about the Julian Edelman owner? What about the Josh Gordon owner? Because
Yeah.
now if you're looking at where Antonio Brown's going to play, he definitely works better as an inside receiver out of the slot in this particular offense that Belichick runs. However, that's Julian Edelman's spot. So the question is are they moving guys in and out of the slot from the outside? Are they going to be back and forth? Are they all over the place? And then what does this do to the value? Because Antonio Brown, let's face it, the ego right there screams 10 to 12 targets per game. What do we do with Edelman? What do we do with Gordon?
I wouldn't worry about Edelman yet. We do know that he's Tom Brady's number one target right now. And it's going to take Antonio Brown a while to, learn the playbook in theory. Josh Gordon's the one I'm more worried about simply because I think it gives them a chance to ease him in and not use him as much. So I wouldn't panic too much. I own Josh Gordon, and that is the first thing I thought when Antonio Brown went. I went, that Josh Gordon pick doesn't look so smart anymore. I probably overpaid. But what are you going to do? Los Angeles has 3 great receivers, and you start them all. So don't panic too much yet. You're still going to get some production, but I do think Antonio Brown's going to come up. Edelman will probably come down a little bit, and Josh Gordon will come down the most.
All right. So pulling back from fantasy and into reality a little bit here. I mean, really, what kind of a precedence does this really send to? Let's talk about high school kids, college kids who have dreams of playing in the NFL. I mean, this is beyond nauseating in the sense that you've got a guy who clearly showed up at practice, saw Derek Carr, saw the offense, said, there's no way I'm going to win with these guys. And he forced his way out. Physical altercation with his GM. Forget about the whole racial thing and the calling this guy a cracker. And I mean, listen, you can't forget about it. From a reality standpoint, this is Antonio Brown throwing a tantrum, being crazy, acting like a jackass, physically altercation with his general manager.
Mm-hmm.
He gets released, and then the Patriots immediately pick him up. So, to me, this is a symptom of just what a horrible state in the NFL we're in. And let me just take it back a little bit. Ray Rice on video punching his then fiance, now current wife, blackballed, done, no more. He's gone. Okay. And he couldn't get a job as a janitor in a clubhouse if he wanted to. He was banned from the NFL. Joe Mixon on video in college in a fast food restaurant punches a girl in the face. And what did the general manager say? Of course I'll draft him. I don't want him running against me twice a week. So now all of a sudden we've got this double standard. All the nonsense with Ezekiel Elliott lifting up a girl's shirt. That's considered assault, right? In my book, it is. In the law eyes, it is. He gets suspended. Tyreek Hill, all of a sudden, all his nonsense. But now it's the girlfriend setting him up. We can't prove that he broke the arm.
That's true.
Can't prove that he hit, everything like that. And now here we go, Antonio Brown acting like a child, acting like a jackass, putting his hands on another person in a job above him, and now he's rewarded by going to the Patriots, and now it's a Super Bowl. I mean, it's always been a Super Bowl contender. But I mean, it's not even about going to the Patriots. It's about going to any team. It's about any general manager, any owner that turns around and says, this is okay by me because all I want to do is win a championship. I mean, really, what tone are we setting here?
Well, not a good one, obviously. I mean, yeah, it is. You get rewarded. I mean, you get endorsement deals, you get publicity, and it's about winning. And especially with, I wouldn't want to necessarily throw shade on the Patriots because I think a lot of teams would have done it. But yeah, it's such a winning culture. And honestly, makes you kind of want to hate the Patriots even more if you're a Patriot hater. There's these certain teams that you really are bring up a lot of feelings for people. I know the Cowboys is one, and for the Patriots, to me, this just makes them, number one here.
Well, how would you have felt? How would you have felt if the Cowboys went in? Because you're a Cowboys fan. I'm a Jets fan. If the Jets did it, I'd be just as disgusted. Would you be the same as?
I would be just as disgusted. Absolutely.
So I mean, this to me, this is not going. This is a very slippery slope, and I'm not into it.
And I mean, the Patriots are just accumulating Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Well,
it's a rehab facility.
Yeah. Everybody turned around and they were like, listen, it's Randy Moss all over again. He couldn't get along with his coaches over in Minnesota, and he ended up coming over to the Patriots after going to the Raiders. He went to the Raiders, then he left the Raiders. He went to the Patriots. I mean, it's the same thing. Nauseating, absolutely nauseating. But all right, listen, I've got plenty of time. Listen, I got a radio show tonight on Sirius XM where I can spout off on that, and that's all post game. And I've got all day Reaction Monday on Sirius XM to talk about it. So let's get to some start sit questions. I see them already flowing through here. I'll let you pick YouTube, Periscope, or Facebook. Who do you want to go to first?
Let's go to YouTube.
All right, YouTube it is. Mike DaCosta he says, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy week 1. PPR, pick 2. Marlon Mack, Duke Johnson, Tevin Coleman, or Sterling Shepard?
Marlon Mack and Tevin Coleman.
Love it. Ann Dunn. What's up, Ann? Ann Dunn. Oh, she's asking for advice. Is it the league in?
Ann.
She wants to know.
Okay,
Dak
we're not
Prescott
head this week.
Dak Prescott or Cam Newton today?
Cam Newton.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Tell me about the what do you think about the game flow for the Cowboys here?
I think it's going to be, I mean, obviously the Giants defense is, not so great. They're going to win. It's going to be a good game. I think Dak Prescott would be a good play, but Cam Newton's just a better play. Ezekiel Elliott, he's not going to, if they start running away with the game, they're certainly not going to play him at the end. So you might get to see a little bit of Tony Pollard. If you're still a Tony Pollard owner, you could consider maybe taking, him into the lineup for a little bit and seeing what happens. Certainly in a DFS play, if he's really cheap, you could try that. But Ezekiel will play, and the Cowboys will win.
Oof. my wife's ready to throw. My wife's ready to throw hands. She's a diehard Giants fan. She'll
really? Jason Witten might be the one responsible for a lot of it too, because he's a giant killer. So maybe a tricky play there.
David Deemert says, who to start at QB, Russell Wilson or Big Ben?
Russell Wilson.
Oh, really? Talk to me. Why?
I like the matchup this week for Seattle. They've got a terrible defense, again in Cincinnati. I think they're gonna be good.
We're going to be split on this one here, Dave, because I'm going to go with Big Ben in this one here, only because, I mean, Cincinnati is bad. Horrible defense.
Terrible.
You're 1,000% right, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe Chris Carson runs on them a little bit more today, and they do that. I feel like this Patriots-Steelers game, we've got fire here because Antonio Brown's going to be standing on the sidelines the entire time, and he's going to be spouting off.
He might be putting his feet in an ice bath or trying on helmets. You never know.
Well, we're going to split. I'm going to take Big Ben in this one here. Mike DaCosta back in it. Winston, Murray, or Jackson? Jameis Winston, Kyler Murray, or Lamar Jackson for you?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to go Jameis Winston, but with Jackson as a close second for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one also. I can't put any kind of trust in Kyler Murray at all. Back to Ann. She wants to know Matt Ryan or Kirk Cousins.
Oh, Kirk Cousins, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because Matt Ryan has that, and I own Matt Ryan. I love Matt Ryan. I am going to start him today, but Matt Ryan has a tougher matchup against that Minnesota defense, and he hasn't been good against them just historically. So in this case, I'm gonna take Cousins.
All right. Graham Edwards says the impossible decision. I don't think it's impossible, but we'll see. PPR format here, Stephon Diggs or Tevin Coleman or Tyrell Williams.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, if he's healthy, I play him. I know he's got the hamstring issue, but, I mean, he was back at full practice earlier, so,
They're looking good.
About that.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another. Big Ben or Kirk Cousins? I'm assuming that Kirky is Kirk Cousins. I used to date a girl named Kirky back in college.
How did that turn out?
I'm not married to her.
Sorry, Kirky.
Sweet gal, but I ain't married to her. Big Ben or Kirk Cousins?
I'm going to go with Big Ben.
Big Ben it is, and I like that call as well. Let's move over to our friends over here at Periscope. Flex choices, Devonta Freeman, Emmanuel Sanders, or Deshaun Jackson.
I'm going to go Devonta Freeman.
I like using the running back in the flex as well. Mm-hmm. I do believe in that. I will say this, if it's a PPR format, I could tilt towards Emmanuel Sanders a little bit, but I'm with you. I think that, I like who's going to push Devonta Freeman for touches here. I will say this, Deshaun Jackson, revenge game narrative. Come on. He's now back with the Eagles against his former team today. I love playing the revenge game narrative.
I love that too. And I have him, and I'm debating what to do about him too. He's on my bench right now because I think I have some better players, but it's so tempting to play that revenge game narrative.
I've got a sneaking suspicion, to be honest with you, that I might have shares of Djax in the example lineups today. GPP. I'm just saying, maybe.
Not a bad play.
There might be a share of him in there at some point. Okay, here we go. Let's go over to our friends over in the old Facebook world here. Jeremy Frost wants to know, he can't decide. Oh, Bender in 2020. I don't get political. But I thank you for your nomination. Cam Newton or Lamar Jackson?
Ooh, good question. For today, all right, I'm still going to go with Cam.
Yep. As will I. I kind of feel like, when you talk about this Ravens game, going down to Miami, I know it's going to be hot, and maybe that kind of leads Harbaugh to rotate the backs in a little bit more and kind of keep Mark Ingram fresh, but I really look at this situation here. I'm like, Miami is just atrocious. They're so bad.
They're just bad, and they're only getting worse.
Yeah, that I just feel like it's going to be the running backs only, as far as a lot of work goes. So I'm over there. Oh, Rebecca DeVasto. You don't know this, but she's got a connection here with Fantasy Alarm. She seems to be involved with our managing editor. So She's not going to him for the question. She's coming to us for the question.
That's right. Come to the real experts.
Well, it just means that this is a league that she's playing John in. So how about that? Oh, no, she's just saying they're going to keep AB on a tight leash and make it worth their while. Really, Rebecca? Really? You're tuning in here to talk to me about the Patriots? Now you're just as bad as your man. This dude sits there and haunts me with like little Twitter links all the time from the Patriots. Becca. Ryan Cole says, what do you think about the Chargers defense for DFS today? Chargers against the Colts here. Jacoby Brissett still has all his weaponry there.
I think it's okay. I think it's an okay play. It could be, if you get a good value on it, sure.
It's like that. It's like that commercial, right? It's like, do you want just okay? Yeah. Do you?
No, I don't want just okay.
I don't want just okay either.
And by the way, I think everyone's downplaying Indianapolis way too much. You guys be careful. Let's not, let's not get.
I love Jacoby Brissett in cash games in DFS today. I really do, because
that's not only value.
His price point is like crazy low.
Crazy.
But he's a mobile quarterback. He's got, I agree with you completely. I think they're definitely underselling on the team here. Who do we got? Jared Corey, PPR. Oh, here you go. Marlon Mack or T.Y. Hilton.
Ooh, PPR. I'm still going to go Mack.
I'm going to go Mack as well. I tilt to the running back because that's who's going to end up touching the ball the majority of the time. No doubt. Ryan Cole, for a DFS cash game, Kenny Golladay or Chris Godwin. Now, this one's an interesting one because it kind of comes down to a lot of ownership for me because they're both in a great situation. Like Golladay going up against Arizona and their secondary's weak. No Patrick Peterson there. And then Godwin, everybody is on Godwin. It's a beautiful matchup against San Francisco. Their secondary is atrocious. To me, I'm leaning Godwin here. You take a look at what the over-under is for the game, and right now for the Detroit-Arizona game, it's a 46-point over-under. I look over at San Francisco at Tampa Bay. It's a 51 now. It's already moved up another half point here. So I'm going to tilt towards Godwin. His ownership percentages are going to be through the roof today, which means that you might as well just keep pace. If it were a GPP, I'd say go the other way. But this is just a matter of keeping pace. So
I like it.
Go. Anybody? Oh, wow. YouTube. Everybody all over us on YouTube here. Hey, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube. By the way, can I just say before we have another question, if you guys are sleeping on Darren Waller, stop. Now that Antonio Brown is gone, do not go right now and see if he's available and get him. Like now. I know you've already heard about Tyrell Williams and you've thought about Hunter Renfrow, but don't forget Darren Waller in that really scarce position of tight end. Don't sleep. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Listen, I think that's a great suggestion there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Are there any other players that you think people are just kind of sleeping on? Like they're sleeping on the Colts. They're sleeping on Darren Waller.
Colts are sleeping on Darren Waller. Those are the two major ones that are coming up right now. I'm sure I'll think of more as we go along. But those two, I don't, Hunter Renfrow, again, is one you might want to stash. But as we go along, if I think of more, I'll throw them out. But those two really stick out.
Beautiful. Yeah, just shout them out there.
That's okay, cool. I'm just gonna shout him out.
Listen, I deal with Jim Bowden blurting Cowboys nonsense on the show all the time. If you want to just shout out a couple of sleeper plays here, absolutely. My man Brett Helms over on YouTube, Standard League, Tevin Coleman or Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that's the lean that I go to as well. I mean, he's going to be getting the ball over and over and over again.
And he's probably only going to be getting the ball a little bit more now, right? Until they figure out exactly what they're doing, get there. Because how rehearsed is Tyrell Williams? How rehearsed all of this passing game? We aren't sure yet with Antonio Brown gone. Josh Jacobs is probably had the most experience right now in camp.
And I love the fact that he's had the quiet camp, like that the hard knocks nonsense hasn't been there.
His whole story is so inspiring, the way he grew up, everything about him. I think he's got the mind for it, and I'm really hopeful for him this season. I think he's going to be good.
Nice. Very nice. All right, let's see. Kenny Glazer says Robbie Anderson or Jamison Crowder. That's kind of interesting there, right?
That's a good question. I'm going to go Crowder.
I'm going to go Crowder if it's a PPR league. Like if it's standard, I think Robbie Anderson has that home run capability, but I love Jamison Crowder. And I think that's a guy who I think a lot of people are sleeping on a ton as well. Coming out of the slot there for the Jets, I think he and Sam Darnold are going to have a really good opportunity here. I like Crowder a lot. I just don't know. I worry when you've got a guy like Le'Veon Bell. Like I worry about the red zone
opportunities. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when Chris Herndon comes back from his suspension, that's another huge red zone target. So it's the only thing I worry about with Crowder here. Shady McCoy or Sterling Shepard, PPR.
I'd go Sterling Shepard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Against your Cowboys?
Yeah.
I'm just busting.
Actually, yeah, I know. You should. As you should. Let's do it. I don't know. We don't know what's going on with Shady McCoy. We have no idea. We just don't know. So I would go Sterling Shepard. And, I think he and Amari Cooper will both have possibility for a good game.
Yeah, and I think the Giants are going to be in catch-up mode as well. I think they're going to end up having to pass the ball a lot more. So, yeah, I'm with you there. Shady McCoy, how many touches does he get? 7, 10 touches? I mean, I can't imagine it's more than that.
Yeah.
Which, again, everybody's like, oh, Damian Williams, forget him. But
don't forget him yet.
That dude might have like 15 touches in this one here against, granted, it's against the Jaguars. Tough team,
right?
Tough
defense. Tough defense.
Yeah. Duke Johnson, Dante Pettis, or Dante Moncrief?
Ooh. I'm going to go Dante Pettis.
I like that. That secondary for Tampa is so bad.
It's just so bad. Yeah, that's why. And I think Duke Johnson, eventually he would be a better play. But he's probably still learning the playbook a little bit. The matchups more, I just think in this case, Pettis is the way to go.
I'm with you. Darius Geis or Marquise Goodwin or Albert Wilson in a PPR format?
Let's go for Geis. Let's roll the dice for Geis.
Roll the dice for Geis. I like it. My concern here, it's kind of funny because I've been asked a lot of Darius Geis questions over the last few days, ever since they announced that he would be the starter. Adrian Peterson could be a healthy scratch today. My concern, obviously, you look at the 10-point spread, you look at the Eagles offense, you look at the fact that Redskins could be in catch-up mode, but when you're comparing it against Marquise Goodwin or Albert Wilson, forget Wilson. I love Wilson. I loved him more when he had an offensive line in front of his quarterback. So I'm lukewarm on that. And then the Goodwin situation, when you got Coleman and you got Breida and you got Dante Pettis and you got George Kittle too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in on the Geis play.
I think Kittle's going to be awesome today.
Do you? Should I get him into my lineups here?
You totally should. Like, as if you didn't think of that already.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to shout another one out. Here's my other person I love for today. I love Dede Westbrook today.
Talk to me. Maybe Dede's making an appearance today.
I think that, like, with this Kansas City offense and the Jacksonville defense, I think it's a great matchup. First of all, it's a really fun one. So I think Kansas City's going to be offense, and then at the end, Jacksonville is going to have to just start lobbing the ball. And I think that connection with Dede could happen. That's my guess. I like it. I like it for today.
Oh, it's like fantasy Tourette's there. You're just blurting names out.
Yeah, well.
I just want to, before we continue here, I just want to give a shout out here to our friends at Super Draft. They've invented a new game. And it's not just easy to play, but it's also easy to win. Winning's good. Their X Multiplier game mode lets you choose any player without salaries or score more points than traditional daily fantasy games. Plus, right now, the overlays are huge, which means that's right. Best chance to win is on Super Draft. Fantasy Alarm subscribers get a special bonus. Sign up now at fantasyalarm.com/superdraft and get a free $10 bonus with your first deposit. Start winning now with Super Draft and experience daily fantasy sports like never before. That's fantasydraft.com/superdraft. Super Draft. Want to make sure I give a shout out to our sponsors here. Good guys over there at Super Draft. Had a good conversation with some of them. Very cool platform.
I love cool people.
Right? Me too.
I mean, sometimes I want to tell people, you know what the life is about? Just being a cool person. Just be a good person.
Don't be a dick. You can say it.
For real.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a douche. Don't be a
life
dick.
Is
don't
good.
be an ass.
You know, football should still be fun too. Like, just it's not that hard. You win at life that way.
Are you scanning through my Twitter timeline? Are you looking through my Twitter time?
Why did you say that?
No, because I've got dicks and douches and asses all over the place here. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And I'm getting like crucified. There I am. Passion of the Christ right here. The Jewish guy. Passion of the Christ. Nail me to the cross, people. Outstanding. All right, let's get back to the questions here before I offend anybody else with my language or religious talk.
Right. By the way, guys, we are on the West Coast, so this is also brought to you by a large cup of coffee.
And our friends at Red Bull. Oh, baby. Always my favorite. What kind of coffee are you drinking there?
Well, this is a Starbucks coffee, which wouldn't normally be my favorite kind of coffee, but it was okay.
How do you take your coffee?
Okay, so this is a red eye. It is a brewed coffee with a shot of espresso.
It's a brewed coffee, shot of espresso. You throw some cream in there, some sugar?
Little bit of almond milk and a little bit of sugar. Delicious.
Okay.
Keeps you going.
Does it? I'm feeling like maybe I should start investing in the coffee as opposed to the... Nah. Red Bull, baby. You know I love you.
Plus, it goes so much better with vodka.
Oh, wow. Isn't life better with vodka? Goodness gracious. All right. Back to Ann Dunn here because she's got a lot of stuff going on. If tight ends are getting 1.5 per reception, start one from this group. Kyle Rudolph, Dion Lewis, or Miles Sanders?
Oh, Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Sanders too. I love Rudolph, and I whispered Rudolph as my tight end whisper on Friday's show. If you missed that, well, there it is. I just gave it to you. Stephon Diggs, he's got the hammy issue. I think he still plays, but if he's at all limited or if he re-aggravates it, Rudolph's a great option there, but I just don't think he's going to get enough work. Miles Sanders, I love your call there because, again, we talk about them just beating up on Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's a question for you, Jen. Are you ready?
For me? Yeah, let's do it.
Next spot. You're on the clock here. Here we go.
Okay.
Dede Westbrook.
Uh-huh.
Sterling Shepard, Kenyon Drake, or Carlos Hyde?
Dede Westbrook.
Dede. You love Dede Westbrook, don't you?
I do. I don't know. I could be wrong, but hey, he's my guy right now.
Listen, I don't mind him. He's going to be heavily owned in DFS today. I think a lot of people are going to be in on him. So again, I think this Chiefs Jags game. Let's talk about that for a second.
So interesting.
Talk to me. What do you think is going to end up with this?
I'm going to be a little contrarian, and I'm going to say the Jags are going to win.
Ooh.
I know but and I know, like you were talking about Patrick Mahomes, he's a great quarterback, but this is the one defense that's held him a little bit. And who knows what's going to happen? I don't know, but I really like Cam Newton and Dede Westbrook. There's a lot there to like, and I just think it's going to be a great game. And they'll definitely. What's the spread?
Well, see, here's the thing, and this is what Craig Mish and I were talking about on the Wager Alarm show. If Patrick Mahomes is the reigning MVP and Tyreek Hill is the best ever and Travis Kelce's amazing and now they just added Shady McCoy and it's against the Jaguars, wouldn't you think that the spread would be? What do you think the spread would be?
I don't know. 7? It could be
right. Which is exactly what I said. I said 6.5. And what's the spread? It's 3.5. So that to me, that's Vegas being like, hey, suckers, put your money on the Chiefs, right? Oh, whoa.
I think that's right. So, everyone just sees Mahomes. And I think that we're getting, lulled into a false sense of security there. And you have to consider Jacksonville's defense.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And listen, I took Jacksonville in the Westgate Super Contest. I put my money where my mouth is there. I've got my own private money in on the Jags here. 3.5 points. Listen, I'll know in the first, by the end of the first quarter, which way this is going. Because if it's a tight game there, then great. If the Chiefs jump up on them and go up, 14-0, 21-3, well, then I know I'm screwed and I'm wrong anyway. So, whatever. But okay. I'm with you. I think the Jags are going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at there, Piacenti.
Yeah.
Will Fuller or Devonta Freeman, PPR?
Devonta Freeman.
Devonta Freeman. I like it. Oh, Jeremy Frost posted in here, too. He says Cam or Lamar Jackson. We said Cam already. Mm-hmm. Tyrell Williams or Michael Gallup?
Ooh. Today I'm going to go Gallup.
Gallup over Tyrell.
Yeah, for today.
I like it. DJ Moore or Dante Pettis?
DJ Moore.
I agree with you there. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Oh, look, Ann Dunn. She's like calling out my wife. She's like, Howard and Jen, now that you've helped me with my lineup questions, tell Wolf Lady I'm coming for her.
Oh.
Wow. The Rotobuzz gal not going to be happy about this. She's, this could get ugly. Best 1 p.m. defense. Motivation XD wants to know best 1 p.m. defense here.
1 p.m. defense. Let's see. I think Jacksonville.
Right. For DFS, I'm looking at.
For DFS.
I'm looking at the Eagles maybe against Washington. Whoa, Baltimore. Baltimore against Miami.
Baltimore. Yep.
Boom. Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson?
Baker Mayfield.
Agreed.
And
Bell?
Are we excited about that Browns game? Aren't we excited to see this team? I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you think they just mow down Tennessee here?
I don't think they mow them down, but I do think they win. And I think it's going to be fun to see what they do.
I've got a lot of shares of Odell Beckham in DFS today. A lot of shares of Odell Beckham.
I think it's a good call. Yeah. I like it.
I do too.
Making it rain.
Yes, please. Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, or David Johnson today?
Yikes.
Wow, right?
Okay, not Ezekiel Elliott because he's just not going to have as many snaps today, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm going to go Le'Veon Bell.
I'll go Le'Veon Bell over David Johnson as well.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Thank you. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on with this offense. No clue. All right. Oh, Facebook. I'm not ignoring you guys. Here we go. Christian Kirk or Michael Gallup or Dede Westbrook? I think I know the answer to this one.
Dede.
Let's see. Josh Gordon or Will Fuller?
Oh, Josh Gordon.
Yeah, I kind of, no AB this week, guys. Let's remember that. He's ineligible to play today, tomorrow night, or tonight. Mm-hmm. It's tonight. Miles Sanders or Courtland Sutton in a PPR flex spot?
Ooh, Courtland Sutton.
Courtland Sutton against that horrible Raiders secondary.
Right. And Miles Sanders is still sharing a little. And look what happened with the Bears. I'm a little nervous to see. I mean, how they did their sharing on Thursday was interesting.
Listen, that's like stuff like that should have been expected. And I actually said this on the alarm show during the week. And I was like, listen, we saw what happened with Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen last year with what Matt Nagy did. And everybody was like, I'm dumping this guy or whatever, blah, blah, blah. When you're talking about the beginning of the season, and this is going to affect guys like Miles Sanders, Devin Singletary. It affected David Montgomery. It's going to affect a guy like Justice Hill. When you take these guys, these youngsters, and it's the first game of the season, the coaches who are obviously desperate for that opening day win, unless you're Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins. They tend to lean on their veterans more because they've been there before. They know what their job is. They know what they have to do. So you might see that kind of a rotation in. If somebody in your league is panicking because Montgomery had a bad game, fantasy-wise, it looked great on the field. Fantasy-wise, it was, terrible.
Right.
Sanders, all of these youngsters who were all pretty excited about. If you've got somebody in your league who's going to get ready to panic within these first couple of weeks, you jump on that. You jump on that. I mean, like
David Montgomery.
Seriously, get him for a song. For a song. All right, here we go. Kenyon Drake, Matt Breida, Dion Lewis, or Chris Thompson. Jeez, Nick Munin here is like playing in like a 19-team league or something.
I'm going to say Matt Breida.
And I am too. 100%. Zeke Williams, I'm assuming it's Damian Williams, Mark Ingram, or Austin Eckler. One has to sit. Okay, so one has to sit.
Hit. Okay.
Are you sitting Zeke, Damian Williams, Mark Ingram, or Austin Eckler?
I'm sitting Damian Williams.
As am I. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I love when we're on the same page like this. It makes it so easy. The flow, baby. The flow.
We can get through more questions that way.
We can. Derrick Henry or Marlon Mack?
Marlon Mack.
Agreed. Chris Powers also wants you to know that you've got a nice background there. He's apparently a Cowboys homer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. Cool.
Go boys.
Gross. Start one.
You love it.
Philip Lindsay, Marlon Mack, or Jarvis Landry?
I'm going to go Mack again.
Mack it is for me.
So many people are so worried about Mack. I think we need to have a little bit more faith, guys.
Again,
if anything, he's only going to get more opportunities with Jacoby Brissett. It's my feeling. So
I'm with you.
Mack attack.
Let's see what do we got. You look up. Big shout out to Fred Logue, doing some yeoman's work promoting FA Nation in the chat here. I love that. Oh, Joey Carr says he likes that red eye idea. Jen might have to grab one of those.
Do it. You won't regret it.
See, isn't a red eye though? Isn't that a beer with a tomato juice and a raw egg? Didn't you ever see Cocktail? Tom Cruise, Brian Brown.
I'm much too young to have seen movies from the 80s.
So hurtful. So hurtful.
Also a lie. But
devastated.
Yes, I have seen Cocktail, but I did not remember the egg.
My man Fred's telling us that Adrian Peterson is indeed a healthy scratch today. So booyah.
There you go.
Oh, poor Adrian Peterson. Oh, there's another guy. Right? Crucified by everybody in the NFL because he hit his kid with a switch. Sorry, man. When I was growing up, my dad whooped my ass with a belt. My grandpa whooped my ass with a belt. Yeah.
Me too. And look how great we turned out.
Exactly. Case in point for beating your kids. All right, let's see. We got this one. David Njoku or Albert Wilson?
For this
That's
week?
an interesting one. I'm kind of leaning towards Albert Wilson, to be honest with you. I mean, I hate Miami's offense, but they're going to have to pass the ball. And, I mean, Njoku, he's behind Landry. He's behind Odell Beckham. You've still got Nick Chubb running the ball there.
Too much target share. I would go with Wilson because he is going to get the opportunity. That's the way I would play.
Yeah, if this were a standard format, I think I would probably turn around and say, give me Njoku. But I think Wilson will probably have a couple of good catches there, build those point totals up. Gorilla Chess says the Browns are going to mow the Titans down like a Skag lawnmower. I don't even know what that means.
Me either.
I don't even know what that means. Oh, but he
I
does say that Njoku is going to feast.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see it.
Right? Is he going to be the one pushing that Skag lawnmower? Maybe. Matt Ryan or Matt Stafford?
Oh, gosh, Matt Ryan has a tough weekend. I'm going to go Matt Stafford.
Really? Ooh.
I know. That's a crazy call.
That is a crazy call. I'm going to split on that. I'm going to go with Matt Ryan. I love Matt Ryan.
I love Matt Ryan too. I own him in 2 leagues, and I'm really having a tough time. And I was debating between Stafford and Ryan in 1 league, actually. And I have Ryan in now, but I think I might switch it to Stafford.
Interesting.
I know
how that turns out. Listen, I got Kenny Golladay in lineups for DFS. I'm in on him. So I mean, obviously, if I'm in on Kenny Golladay, somebody's got to be throwing him the ball.
That's the thing.
Skag is apparently the choice of lawn care professionals. Thanks, Gorilla. Appreciate that. Oh, here's a before and after picture. Devin Singletary or Shady McCoy? Who are you using today?
Devin Singletary.
Yeah, I feel like Singletary is probably the right way to go here. I'm nervous just based on everything that I said, about the rookies, because you've got TJ Yeldon, you've got Frank Gore. But again, I just don't know how much Shady McCoy is going to touch the ball. 7 times, maybe? I mean, that's really...
And if he does, is he any good? I mean, there's so many questions around him. I mean, I'm not playing... If it's up to me, I'm not playing any of Kansas City's running backs for a few weeks till we can figure out what's going on.
Right. Well, again, I like that. Yeah. That's why you have running back depth, people. That's why you draft running back depth, so you don't have to make these panic decisions or the panic trades. Josh Jacobs or Darius Geis without a wide receiver threat could be a tough one for Jacobs. Do you think that the Broncos are going to stack the box?
No, you're still going Jacobs here.
Yeah.
There's
100%. Tyler Boyd, Christian Kirk, Tyrell Williams, or Sterling Shepard. Need 2.
Me too. Tyler Boyd, Tyrell Williams.
I like that. Ann Dunn's back. Here we go.
Hey, Ann.
She's picking off answers here. She's talking smack about my wife. Now she wants to know PPR, James White or Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Singletary, Sanders, or Gallup, standard league. Here's the problem there, D. Hewer, is that I have no idea which Sanders you're referring to here. Is it Miles or is it, or Emmanuel? That's the question. So let's just say, for example, let's do either or here. So Singletary, Miles Sanders, Gallup, or Singletary, Emmanuel Sanders, and Gallup. I'm going to say Manny Sanders. If it's Emmanuel, I'd go him.
That's what I was going to say. If it's Emmanuel, I'd go Emmanuel Sanders.
Now, what if it's Miles Sanders?
I don't think I would. I think I might lean Gallup.
Okay, perfect. Alshon Jeffrey or Mike Williams today?
Alshon Jeffrey.
He's just telling me that Lamar Jackson's going to run like a crazy horse in South Beach. It's really hot down there. That's one of the things that I do have concern about. And I also have a kind of concern about that in Dallas, too. It's going to be crazy hot there in Dallas as well. And the
Cowboys will be fine with that because they're used to it. But the Giants, we like it hot in Dallas.
Yeah, Cowboys. Kyler Murray or Derek Carr?
You know what? Go for the big play. Play Kyler.
Oh, right. Hang him out there.
Just go for it. Why not? Because Derek Carr's not that exciting. We don't know what his receiver situation is. We don't, their whole game plan could be, who knows. So, you know what? Go big or go home.
Go big.
And you might have to go home if you play Kyler. Know that.
Right. Just in case you were wondering. Let me find it on the website. Where are my inactives for I don't even see a link to my inactives on the website. Let me ask for a link to it here. Because it ain't in the menu there, boys. We got to fix that one there. But the inactives are officially in when I get a link to that page because it's not in the menu. And I'm going to let them know that it's not in the menu.
Oh.
Yeah, then I can go back here and I can just hit you up with some other questions here. PPR, half-point PPR, actually. Jordan Howard, Devin Singletary, or Cortland Sutton?
Let's go Cortland Sutton.
I agree. Finally found a good... Aw, thanks, Gorilla. Yeah, here's some knuckles on that one, buddy. Thanks. Yeah. Marvin Jones or Jarvis Landry? PPR format.
Jarvis Landry.
Nice. If it were standard, I would say Marvin Jones, because I think Kenny Golladay gets the majority of those targets. But first world fantasy problems right there. Marvin Jones against this horrible Arizona defense, or Jarvis Landry with those new look Browns. I know I love having those problems. I do. All right, let me go through and get a couple more messages here. See, it's been hot in Jersey. Fred Logue's telling me, but so he says that the Giants will be fine. Oh, okay. Fred wants to throw down with you there, Jen.
All right,
come on.
Let's see it.
Let's get froggy with it. Come on.
I'll see you back here on Thursday, Fred.
I wish I could do that Friday impression of John Witherspoon.
That's pretty good.
Make that. Dave Stallman wants to know, is 20 to 25 snaps for Zeke good enough to start him? I feel like I'm overthinking this, but I have to ask to make sure. I mean, obviously it depends. It depends on who you have, like who you're going to put on the bench there, right?
Yeah, but my guess is if you drafted Ezekiel Elliott, he's still going to be better than. You still have a flex position, probably another running back. I still think he's probably he's at least your third best running back, right?
He is at least. He should be.
Should be.
He should be. All right, let's see. I am being told now that, there we go. Under the main menu on fantasyalarm.com, if you look under NFL Tools, go about halfway down on the NFL Tools, you'll see the weekly inactives. Let's see if there's anybody out there of any kind of major consequence here. Ooh, this Tennessee offensive line taking a little bit of a hit. Obviously, Taylor Lewan is suspended. Kevin Pamphile is going to be out for this game here. On the Browns side, I don't see anybody major. Baltimore at Miami. Don't really see anybody of any major consequence. Myles Gaskin for the Dolphins is officially inactive for today's game. Bills, Jets. Wow, Andre Roberts inactive for the Buffalo Bills here. So good thing. That means nobody's going to run a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown against the Jets. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, he's out for Buffalo as well. Jets inactives, Bilal Powell is probably the biggest name that you need to know. Washington at Philadelphia. Jordan Reed officially inactive today. So what happens when you have 132 concussions? Just go away, man. Just seriously retire. Everybody else is.
Just retire. It's trendy. Do it.
It is. It definitely
is.
Save
your brain.
So Jordan Reed and Adrian Peterson officially inactive for today's game here. Nobody major on the Eagles, Chiefs, Jags. I'm not seeing anybody here who is going to make or break your lineups, although Marcel Darius officially inactive today. Rams, Panthers, boop, 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 boop. Greg Little, offensive tackle for the Panthers, but we kind of knew that coming into this one, didn't we? Atlanta, Minnesota. Minnesota's got Josh Doxson on the shelf today. Surprise, surprise. I was so mad when they picked him up. I was like, ugh, I hate that dude. He's so bad. Brian Hill officially inactive, as is Quadre Wilson for the Falcons. That's major inactives. Go to fantasyalarm.com/NFL/inactives, and you can get the full list from you.
Is there anything more complete than the tools at Fantasy Alarm? You can figure out anything and everything on there. You can do your DFS, you can do your GPP, you can do your season long. I mean, literally, you can get lost in there for hours and hours and hours and hours. Anything you need to know, there's a solution. There's nothing more complete than this site. It's incredible.
It is a phenomenal rabbit hole to get lost down from like the start of that Thursday game through right now.
Any stat you want, any map. I mean, it's incredible. So,
And whether it's seasonal or DFS, like I was sitting there last night, I'm like on the lineup generator. I'm like, ooh.
It's a little bit addictive, right? Like, oh, I got it. Oh no, I need another one. It's unbelievable. So, all
right, we're at the tail end here of the live stream. So let me rapid fire through some questions here. Let's see if we can help you out. Our friends over at Periscope. Oh, I'm frozen on Periscope for a brief moment here, and you should see my face. It looks tremendous. Dede Westbrook or Mike Williams?
Dede.
David Njoku for Jimmy Graham. Would you make that trade? Oh, Njoku and Andrews for Graham? No. Dede Westbrook. I'm assuming that's Hunter Henry or Calvin Ridley.
Oh, Calvin Ridley.
I do like Ridley. And there's a reason that we used to call Trey Waynes toast in that Minnesota secondary. It's Derrick Henry. So I'm sorry. Dede Westbrook, Derrick Henry, or Calvin Ridley? Still Ridley.
Still Ridley.
Josh Allen or Kyler Murray?
Josh Allen.
I like that. Dante Pettis or Marvin Jones?
Dante Pettis.
Ooh, I'm sorry, standard league, not PPR.
Oh, standard Marvin Jones.
Marvin. Right, there's your boy Matt Stafford chucking him a nice 52-yard touchdown today.
It could happen.
Boop. Half-point PPR, Christian Kirk or Tyrell Williams?
Tyrell
it is. All right, let's see. Back to the old YouTube here. Njoku or Albert Wilson? PPR. Oh, we said that already. Yeah, that was
Wilson.
Yeah. Oh, here's all my Skag lawnmower stuff here from Gorilla Chess again. What's up, Gorilla? Let me find out where we were. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I wasn't scrolling up thinking that I missed a whole bunch, but here we go. Jordan Howard, Devin Singletary, or Courtland Sutton?
Courtland Sutton.
How do you feel about the Browns' defense this year? Asks Walter Thompson.
Not strongly.
Okay. Gorilla Chess wants you to know it's a beautiful day in Cleveland. You should start the whole city. I don't know about that. Gorilla, we'll talk. We'll definitely talk. Darren Waller or Hunter Henry?
Darren Waller.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pick 2. Half-point PPR. Okay. Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman, Sony Michel, Josh Gordon.
Half-point PPR. Tevin Coleman. And Josh Gordon.
I like it a lot. I do indeed. All right, let's see. What do we got? Is James White going to regress this year with all the weapons Brady has?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he will at some point or another. Absolutely. Sterling Shepard or Josh Gordon?
Josh Gordon.
James White, Matt Breida, Emmanuel Sanders, PPR.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Manny Sanders, baby. Let's see. Larry Fitzgerald, DK Metcalf, or Sterling Shepard?
Sterling Shepard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it pains me to say no to Larry Fitzgerald ever, but I just can't do it.
Again, who knows? We need to see a little bit. And obviously as the season goes along and we've seen some stuff, we'll be able to make even more informed decisions. But right now, who knows?
I'm with you. Standard League, Kenny Golladay over Julio Jones based on matchup? No.
Yeah, I know everyone's afraid of that Julio Jones, but Julio Jones is just, he's too good.
He's Julio Jones, and I've seen him burn Xavier Rhodes before. Like there was a matchup. It was either last year, the year before that, and everybody was freaking out over Julio being by Xavier Jones. And guess what happened? Julio. Walter Thompson would like to know why you picked Josh Gordon over Sterling Shepard.
Why I picked Josh Gordon over Sterling Shepard? Simply because I think that Sterling Shepard is going to be against a tougher defense. And I think Josh Gordon is still going to get a lot of opportunities today. Antonio Brown's not there yet. It's him and Edelman and Tom Brady. So that's why.
Handsome Tom Brady.
Well, these quarterbacks are getting so handsome. We got Jimmy G. We got Baker Mayfield. We got handsome Tom Brady.
Well, then let's figure this one out. Who's the best-looking quarterback in the NFL right now, Jen?
Best-looking quarterback.
Best-looking. No fantasy points awarded for best-looking, but you've got Baker, you got Jimmy G, you got handsome Tom Brady. I don't know. Maybe you're a little bit of a chubby chaser, and you think that Ben Roethlisberger is fine. No. That's right. You're too old for Big Ben anyway.
Wait. Oh. How dare you?
Well, it's because you're not a teenager, Jen.
You guys are all going to unleash on him after this, right? I'm going to go with Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, the most handsome guy in football right now.
Also why I think he's going to be the worst of the quarterbacks.
Oh, okay.
He's just too handsome.
Okay. Have you ever met Jeff Radcliffe from Pro Football Focus?
No. Should I?
Oh,
is he very handsome?
Him and Jimmy G, they're both quite the handsome duo there. And when Jeff Radcliffe is breaking down Jimmy G, swoon.
Oh, all right. Tune in.
I just love shouting out to my boy Jeff Radcliffe. Such a great dude. All right, here we go. Damian Williams or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. I don't love the matchup there. I don't love the offensive line situation, at least for the first couple of weeks here. But again, I just don't know what to do with Damian Williams. I just don't know. Oh, here's a good one here. Dave Stallman, you ready for this one? The all San Francisco backfield. Who do you like, Tevin Coleman or Matt Breida?
What's your format?
Half point PPR.
Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman. Yeah, see, it's so funny because a lot of people are talking about the fact that Matt Breida was listed ahead of him on the depth chart, on the team's, official depth chart, and what that meant. To me, Coleman has the ability to be a bigger bruiser between the tackles when they do need to do the inside zone runs. I think Breida's great speed on the outside. The problem is that Breida is super frail. Super frail. Like, I think his last 5 games in the NFL last year, I think he left 4 of them injured. I can't trust that. I can't trust that. Can't get behind it. Let's see. Anybody else over here? No, look at that. I think we're done with our questions here. Big thanks to everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate that. We're going to be here every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're also here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's the hour before game day on Thursday, and then it's 2 hours before. Now, if you have other questions between now and the start of the games, obviously fantasyalarm.com. We've got the live chat going on over there. You don't want to miss it. We got tons of guys who are in there. I'm going to be getting out of here. I'm going to be posting up some example lineups for DFS. Jen, any last-minute words of wisdom you can endow to our lovely watchers here?
No, go have fun and make a few big plays. Make a few gambles. We told you all the safe answers, but if you really feel something in your heart, play it. It's a game.
There it is. It is a game. So then that's going to do it for us. Big thanks to Matt Wolf, our producer today. Huge thanks to our friends over at Super Draft. Again, get over there, superdraft.com/alarm, and get yourself extra $10 on your first deposit. We're going to go set our lineups now. So for Jen Piacenti, I'm Howard Bender. This has been the Fantasy Alarm Game Day live stream. We'll catch you next time.